Steve. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at a plugin again. I've had a day or so to have a play with it now, which is the new Captain Plugins Epic, which has just been released, and we've got the upgrade now. So just going to have a quick look at that. Going to open up a new project in a second once this is loaded. I'm making this video again because the other day I tried to do it live and the audio sounded absolutely awful. So we're going to do this again, but this time we are going to do it properly. So I'm just going to let this do. Oh, there you go. As I've finished talking, it was loading up. So we're just going to close all that and we're going to start a brand new project. And what we're going to do is we're going to go straight in and we're going to go into mixed in key. No, you're going to go Captain Chords. I must uninstall the old one as well because that's going to get confusing. Captain Chords Epic Stereo, and we're going to click create. I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to name this Chords. So here we go. A few of the features I really like about this. First of all, I want to do a song in C. Let's go C major. Okay, so first thing you'll notice is if you had the old version, it's had a little bit of a revamp. So you got some new things here, like sound design, that's new. We've got this here, looks a little different. You can still attach it to your plugins if you want to. You can still MIDI out if you want to. But there's a lot that's changed in regards to rhythm. Top chords is different. There's a bunch of things. So what we're going to do initially is just find some chords. Now you can do that one of two ways. We can either go add here and then add chords individually by just literally clicking on here, and then we've got C, and then we can change the complexity, which you could do before. See, you can do that. And then obviously you got your octaves over here. So that's pretty much as it was before, to be fair. So, or the other option is we go over to, and then this is where it's changed. You got Banks top 20. I'm assuming that means like the top 20 of the charts or whatever it might be. Yeah, so I'm assuming that's what that is. Then we've got trap and hip hop, R&B, electric chill house, etc. Then you got best trap chords, house. There's a whole bunch of different things that you got to choose from in top chords. So let's just go with trap and R&B for now. Choose that, and then it's going to throw us some chords. Let's see what it's given us. We can click sync. What we need to do is sync it to there and then press sync. So that's now synchronized it to bar 1 in your DAW. So it'll just keep playing it. Notice how it's changed it to C minor. I don't know why it did that, but it has. Again, you can change the inversions, which I think is a cool feature. I don't remember being able to do that in the last one, unless I'm mistaken. But yeah, so that's given us one version. If we want something else, we just keep hitting this button. And then that gives you some chords. A lot of trap songs are very 2 chord or 3 chords. So that's pretty normal. Then we go into here. They've got lots of new sounds that have been added. Okay, let's just say we want to go with that. I'm just going to try to do this quickly so we get, you know, a quick video. There is some other things that they've changed though, which I really like. So we're going to here now. We can go to trap and hip hop. We can go dark, right? Now this I had a lot of fun with yesterday. Yeah, who calls this? This is so much better than just bland chords. I like that. There's loads to choose from, guys. I'm not going to go through them all because this video would be about an hour long otherwise, and I don't want to do that. So let's say that is what we are happy with, okay? And that's what we're going to go with. Now, 2 little tips for you. So first of all, we can either render that out as audio if that's what we want to do, or we can export that MIDI, right? Little pro tip before you drive yourself absolutely mental with this, though. First of all, I'm going to just move my webcam out of the way, actually, because I can't see the tempo at the top. So let's change that to 135. Slightly faster tempo. Okay, one thing you're going to want to do where it says play music from plugin, turn it off. Because otherwise, when you get off the end of it, it'll just carry on playing, even though you don't want it to. Okay, so then this is where Captain Chords then comes into its own. This is why it's worth getting. So again, this tool is for beginners. I play guitar, I play bass, I play drums. I'm getting better at playing keyboard, so I am now starting to do a lot of my own chord progressions. But sometimes if I want to do something quick, it's just a great tool to use. So you've got Captain Deep, you've got Captain Melody. But let's just jump into Captain Melody first, because I think that's where a lot of change has happened. So we're going to jump into Melody. I'm going to open up. Okay, so we've got up to bar 9. Okay, so that's where we're at. You can do, again, a couple of things. You can just drop the idea in. You can pencil it in yourself, brush, magic record. There's a bunch of things, but I'm just going to show you the most obvious one to start off with. So you go plonk. There you go. Let's see what it's just come up with right from the off. It ain't the worst. But what I do like about this is we can really affect everything that's going on. That's pretty cool as a loop. So let me just loop this to 1 to 5. So that ain't bad. But then there's lots of things you can do here. So you can have, you can put it starting position. You can change that. The length, follow the chords, obviously. Layout, shape. You can update rhythm 1 and rhythm 2, which is really cool. I'll show you that in a sec. And then you can update rhythm A, first note. There's a bunch of stuff. You can honestly go to town with this, but watch this. So if I hit this, it's changed rhythm A, and then you change rhythm B. I like that. That's pretty cool. Then you've got up and down. You can randomize it. Again, which I really like, the fact that you can do that. You can change the step, you can change the leap. Does anyone else not just find this really cool? I just really like it. Okay, so then let's imagine for a second you want to drop the number of notes. Sorry, I've got a baby screaming in the background. Yeah. Triplets. Okay, again, same kind of thing. You just grab your MIDI once you're happy, drag it into that. Now you could, obviously, if you wanted to, you could just change the sound altogether by using a totally different plugin. That is up to you. There's a bunch of other things you can do in here. You get a whole load of control over things like how you actually want it to sound. Options that you just didn't have previously. You had, I think, like reverb and delay, and I think that's pretty much all you got. Again, turn this off because that's going to drive you nuts else. Okay, and then we're going to go over here now. We're going to go into software, and then we're going to go in again, and we're going to go over here to Captain Beat Epic. Click Create. Actually, that's not what I was looking for. I'll talk to you about the beat in a minute, actually, because I'm still not a huge fan of that part of it, and I'll explain in a minute. I mean, it's just a personal preference thing. I've got other drum machines that I like to use. It gives you some very generic beats, and then you can mix them and move them around and do whatever you want to them. I've just got other ones that I prefer to use. That's all. That's all that is. It's just a personal preference thing. If you don't use any, then it's absolutely fine to use. You go use it. Captain Deep, this is what we want. So like your 808s or your bass, whatever you want to call it. So you can go into here and it automatically registers the chords. Again, look guys, so it's so simple. You can go mad with these. And again, you can do this by a genre, so we can go into trap, and then we'll go 8 and 8 concept. And then we're going to come in here, we'll just find those 8 and 8, 808 sounds. Bass. So there you go, guys. It's pretty simple, isn't it? You know what I mean? So really, really easy to operate. Super quick to kind of find what you want, get the inspiration going. Now, for me, all that Captain Plugins does is gives you the starting blocks for the rest of the song. So I may or may not use that melody, right? Or I might do something with it. I might just go in here. That's Murder Melodies by Captain Plugins. Oh, sorry, by Slate Digital. Comes with the Slate Digital Everything bundle. So once I've got all of this, then all you've got to do then is just drop your beat in, get yourself a beat that you might want to use. Now, I quite like using Drum Monkey. It is expensive for what it is, I'll be totally honest with you. And they send you that message every time you're about 7 days away. But it's actually quite a good tool. I've heard a lot of people slating it, but it's actually not that bad at all. Like, what I actually like to do is I like to get me the basis of a beat first. Okay, I kind of like that kick, right? But I don't like what that's doing. So you can edit this yourself. So you go. We'll drop another one. So you can edit these. No one ever talks about this. They just slate how bad the drums are. All these plugins should ever be is the starting blocks for your track. They're not designed to create you the finished article, like right from the off. They're just there to speed up your workflow. That's the way I look at them. So I'm going to change that from a tom, and we're going to find us a closed hat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, we're going to hit the randomize button. See if we can get it to do what we want it to do. If it's not, let me just change the, let's get the closed hat. That's what we want. Boom. So that's what we want to do. So we want a closed hat, and we want to kind of like that. Don't know what this one is at the top. Okay, we'll keep them in. And you see how quick that was. Like, whether you like it or not is subjective, but obviously I'm just doing this as quick as I can for you guys for this video. But making beats needn't be like that difficult, especially now. You know, we're about to hit a massive energy crisis and bills are going to go for the roof. So if you guys can just grab hold of some of these plugins now and be able to start creating your own beats from the off. Another cool thing about why I do it this way is because if I want to change it up at some point a bit further down in the song, and I want the kick to do something else. Now, I can either go back into Drum Monkey and do it, or I can do something simple where you literally just cut these. I mean, this is totally for another video, really, but this is one of the reasons why I like to use the audio instead of the MIDI, because now I can drag that and I can put that into Quick Sampler, and I can have that there, and I can drop that in, and I can just have that. And then when I use my keyboard, I need to plug my keyboard in. But now, in fact, actually, if I press Command K, there you go. If I go up one, there you go. So now if I wanted to on the next section, I could go, hang on. So okay, so Drum Monkey does the same thing. I don't know why all these plugins seem to just carry on playing even when you don't want them to. So if we go, you can just do your own, and then you can make up your own beat yourself, and you can do the same by sampling any of the other stuff. But that's how you sample inside Logic anyway. So I mean, it's super quick, dead easy to do. You've got yourself, you know, half of a track already. Now, again, you can do like a whole bunch of other things here. You can add a counter melody. You can do whatever you want. One of the another plugin, if you're just sort of getting started and you want to work with samples or loops, another great plugin to go and get would be this one, because you got like an almost endless supply. It's from Loop Masters. It's called Loop Cloud, and if you click Loop Cloud, it'll open up all these hundreds of thousands of loops to choose from. You just hit that, open the app, and what's really cool about Loop Cloud is I'll go into this in more depth in another video. There you go. So we're all loaded up. So let's say we want some trap sounds. We just type in trap. It's going to bring up some UK drill and trap 2. So let's click on that. But down here you can see, look, I've got the key now. So I've got C. So we're in the key of C. C minor is obviously what we want. Audio filters, we can click minor. So we've got C minor. And we're locked in there. So what we want to do now is it should give us some options. Sorry, whatever we play now should play in C minor.
Run a man down in my Air Max. Ching off his skin, then I'll levels to this, the game's mine. Like I found metal in it. Headshot for a wannabe rebel in it. I've been too sick, now I'm getting better with it. Crazy old bird, I had bare cats. You could put work in, man, I check bare stats. Ends on BDSM, bare straps. Heart on my sleeve if it's something. Swear that my brothers move grizzly, running bare traps. Swear that I'm not cold, you're a liar. MCs, I've run a man down in my Air Max.
Okay. Oh, I was looking for simps. Ah, there we go. See what this does. And then you just purchase that using your credits. You get quite a few, and they do seem to carry over from month to month. I'm not 100% certain that is correct, but from my experience so far, it would seem to be. Drop that in. I think you get like 25 a day, and if you don't use them, they seem to carry over. So you need to drag that into there. Let me just see if that's done what it should do and change the key of it to match our project. Let's get rid of that. Mute that. There you go. A couple of tools is all you need. You could just buy the Captain plugins and all the 5 that you get with that. You could buy some additional ones. The Loop Masters is $9.99 a month if you want that, but it's a great way of being able to come up with ideas. If you're ever short of ideas, if you're not an instrumentalist, then these are the plugins really I would highly recommend you go out and get. If you've got any questions on any of these, just give me a shout, let me know. But that's how I make a beat using relatively inexpensive plugins. So the Drum Monkey I'm using at the moment, you do pay like $12, $13 a month for that until you finish paying for it. It is quite expensive. There are cheaper ones out there, guys. I use other ones as well, or you can just sample them and make them yourself. And if you got Logic, you can do your own drum beats anyway, so you don't necessarily need that. Captain Plugins has got a beat maker in there as well if you want to use that. It's got 5 plugins and there's loads and loads of options to do different things. I think I paid £99 originally and then I upgraded for an extra $29, so I'm assuming it's going to be about between £130 and £150 for the whole the actual apps, but you get a lot for that money, and you could get away with just buying that and that would get you going. You wouldn't really need anything else, to be honest with you, and if you really wanted some additional loops or samples, then you could use something like Loop Masters Loop Play. It's great, $9.99 a month. You can cancel it at any time, and it just gives you that endless inspiration that you want. So if you found this video useful, let me know. If you got any questions or you'd like me to make more videos like this, please give me a shout. I make a lot of country music, rock music. I don't just do this sort of stuff. I do everything. So yeah, just give me a shout if there's anything you ever like me to make. Thank you.